All right, so we're just gonna do YouTube right now, just because my internet is super slow for some reason. All right, what's up, stream? Okay, so first off, guys, I'm gonna start off for today's stream by talking about my perfect stream settings. Okay, the reason why I'll explain in just a second, and I'm just gonna share this exclusively with our YouTube chat for right now, just because my internet is. I gotta talk to Cox basically and figure out what's going on here. But anyways, my perfect stream settings. First off, the way that I am streaming, the way that I prefer to stream, is to share my desktop because I want to share stuff that I'm doing on the computer when I'm researching content, when I'm studying content, when I'm creating scripts, when I'm thinking of ideas or brainstorming. Everything that I'm doing on the computer, I want to share it live. That's my personal interests. I want to share everything I'm doing. If I'm a business owner or a coach watching this, obviously, like, there's certain things in your business that you cannot share publicly, such as, client data and whatnot. But there are a lot of things that you can share publicly, like the things that you do in your content already. PowerPoint presentations, Google Docs, Miro boards, presentation boards, Canva, a lot of drawings, anything that you can do on the computer that is shared publicly. You might want to try a setup like this, which is on the computer. I stream on my computer, my desktop. I use OBS as my streaming tool. Okay. And specifically with OBS, I have a plugin called Atum. How that's spelled is AITUM, atum.tv. Okay. This is the plugin that I use. Let me move it over here. And it's free. You can download it. And what this allows you to do is it allows you to multi-stream, which means I can, at the same time, stream the same video to Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Kick, all platforms at once. So this is what this is what the biggest streamers in the world do. They multi-stream, right? Like if you look at Kai Cenat or iShowSpeed right now. I know Kai Cenat, for example, is streaming. He's streaming on YouTube. He's streaming on Twitch. I think that's it. But those two, and he's multi-streaming. I do that with a tool called Atum. Okay. Now Atum gives me this view. OBS does not usually look like this by default. It looks a little bit simpler. But when you have Atum, you have a different layout. And how you can manage your layout, you can make it as simple or as complex as you want, is by going to docs, and you can choose what docs you want to see. What a doc is basically these little boxes here. So see where it says sources? If I click this off, now sources goes away. But if I click it back on, sources stays. So right now for you, whoever's watching, this might be super complicated looking, but if I remove all the sources, or all the docs rather, it's literally just my stream, right? So there's 4 docs that I always want to manage at all times. Those are the sources, the audio. I always want to make sure my audio is working. The outputs, and was there a last one? Oh, the chat. Okay. And so the chat, you can't really see it here because I have it in a window on my other screen. But the cool thing with Atum, now you can see it. Cool thing with Atum, the plugin, is I can see multiple chats from multiple platforms at the same time. Right now it's blank because, I don't know, my computer's bugging right now or something. Oops. All right, let me just remove it because I don't know what's happening here. Anyways, so this is what the inside of the stream looks like. This is what most streamers do not show. They don't show OBS or like their stream settings, right? So it took me a minute to figure this out. Let me move it all the way there. Cool. Okay, so what you're seeing here, this vertical view, is actually what Instagram sees. So Instagram sees me. This is the format that I chose. I wanted myself, I actually might move myself up a little bit. I probably should just keep myself like this at all times. So see how I'm moving this, by the way? I'm moving my webcam right now. And this is how I want to appear at all times. So I have myself talking here in the middle. And then I have the screen up top. That's how I prefer for my Instagram viewers to watch me. Or Facebook. Vertical viewers, basically. Okay? Now, for my YouTube viewers, if you look over here where it says landscape, I have them looking at me in a whole different way. I have them looking at me where I'm on the left and my computer screen is on the right. And the cool thing about Atom, this plugin that I'm telling you about, is that both of these formats appear at the same time. So if I go stream right now on Instagram by clicking this stream button here, let me minimize this a little bit so you can see. If I go live on Instagram by clicking this button here, Instagram will see me in this view here, where it's the screen on top of me, and YouTube will see me in this view, where the screen is to the right of me, all at the same time. Oh, I don't know if you guys caught, for YouTube, I don't know if you guys saw what I was looking at. So I'll go a little bit further in. Yeah, so this is the button that I was talking about. If I click this button right here, by the way, where it says outputs, all I have to do is just click these buttons here and I can stream on different platforms. I'm not going to right now because my internet seems to be really going through it. Okay, so that what that means is, like in the future, I'm going to add Facebook here, so Facebook Live. I'll add probably TikTok Live, maybe even Twitch at some point. I'll add all of them right here, and I can just click down the row or down the aisle. Right now, I have just Instagram, YouTube, and then the recordings for both. So what that means is I can stream and record at the same time with how this setup is, which is beneficial for me because sometimes the stream, as anyone that's watching this, they might see that the stream might be a little bit lower quality, especially because my internet's low right now. And so having a recording, doesn't require the internet bandwidth. It's just recording right from the desktop. So I can always ensure to have a high quality recording. So anyways, getting to the nitty gritty of all this, there's 4 things that I'm always trying to keep track of, which are my 4 sources here. So if I remove everything else on the docs, go to docs, let's remove everything except sources. Okay. So we just have basically sources and then me talking. These are the 4 sources you see as I hover over each of them. You see the blue box starts to highlight. Okay. So if I go to Brio 4K, and let me actually move this a little bit. There you go. Is that good? Yeah, that seems to be good. Oh, no, let me stretch it in a little bit. Okay. If I go to Brio 4K, this is my webcam. And how I can add that, right, is by going to this plus icon and going to video capture device. And that will, as soon as I add that, it's going to ask me, okay, what video capture device do you want? Do you want your webcam? Do you want a camera attached to your computer? Whatever, however your stream works. You could even do this on a laptop if you decide to stream this way. So I have Brio 4K here. Next is I have a audio input, which is my Blue Yeti mic. And how I do that, I go to here and I go to audio input capture. That is how you're listening to me talk right now. So I want the stream to capture my microphone. So I go to audio input capture and I select the Blue Yeti mic. Next, I have my screen recording. So I want the stream to not only just show me, but I want the stream to show whatever I have on my screen as well. And so I do that by going to screen recording and display capture right here. So I hit plus display capture. That's my screen right there. And then the screen recording audio, I go down to the plus icon, and then screen recording audio, I go to audio output capture. Okay. And so those are the 4 sources. Basically, this is the audio that comes from my computer. This is the visual of my computer. This is my microphone speaking. This is my webcam. Okay. Now, the reason why I have it set up this way again is because on my streams, I want to show people, just to give you guys an example, I want to show people what I'm doing, right? So if I'm creating a script on, let's say, Google Docs for like an Instagram video or a YouTube video, I want to be able to show my screen so people can see in real time me actually scripting out content, right? And so as you can see here, if you guys are watching on YouTube, you'll be able to see me on the left and you'll be able to see whatever I'm sharing on my screen on the right, right? Okay, so that's why I do it. Yeah, let me move that so that should look better now. Cool. So you see me on the left, you see my script on the right. This is how I like to have my streams so people can get the most value from what I'm doing. Okay. Also too, like in the future, if I ever want to clip this stuff, it's the visual is already in front of me, you know, so I don't have to like edit this in post. So that's how I have my setup. Now with Atom, this plugin that I'm talking about, Atom gives me two different tabs to manage here. If I'll zoom in a little bit maybe. Oh, now you can see this is my vertical view, right? So you can see this is what my actual Instagram stream looks like. There's me, and then there's the screen recording, right? So my Instagram stream looks like this. There we go. Sorry, I'm kind of getting bugged out by this right here. That's fine. There we go. That should fix it. Nice. Okay, so this is what my Instagram stream looks like. That means if I were to stream right now with really good internet quality, then I would look this crispy, and my screen would look like this. And then my landscape view is my YouTube view. Okay, so I can manage both. And if I want to change how these look, right? Let's say you don't want your YouTube stream to look like this. You can go to the build icon here, and you can simply just change however you want the display to look. Now, if you don't see this on your build, like let's say everything is black or blank rather, then you can go to find the sources doc, right? So find sources and add them again. Add the 4 sources again. So you can see I have my Brio, my Yeti, my blah, 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 blah. Once you have 4 sources, everything here should look something like this. And you can adjust this however you want. So let's say I want to move this, just to keep it simple. Let's say I want to move it like this. I don't know, whatever. However I decide to build it is how it's going to look on the stream. And that also applies in real time. So people can see in real time if I'm making these changes. And so I might do something like that. Cool. And I might actually, let me do this. Boop. So I actually just made a change in real time to the stream here. Boom. Move me down. There we go. So now in the next stream, it's going to look like this. So now this is like fully split screen. That I think I changed it a little bit from last time. And then same with this landscape. I might, for example, like in the stream that you guys are watching right now, if you're watching this replay, if I decide to do this, right? Or maybe vice versa, if I decide to go like this, right? You can see in real time on your screen that I'm adjusting this while I'm talking. And so let me go like this. Hold on. Nice. Cool. So now if I wanted to do this kind of view, right? You guys maybe have seen this before from people, right? Now look at, if you're watching on YouTube, the stream looks totally different. Now you can see my entire screen. You can see me in the bottom left corner, right? And this might actually be the preferred view for most people, I don't know. But now it's a totally different view. And that's all done through build on Atom. So that is my perfect stream setup, okay? There we go. Cool. So that's how it works. Hope that helps. All right, we're going to end the stream here early, guys, just because my internet connection apparently is very poor. So if anyone new here has never been to the stream, or anyone that's watching the stream replay that hasn't been to any of my streams before, feel free to pop on by. We'd love to have you. Usually what we do on these streams, Monday through Friday, is we review content together. Either I review content from people in the chat, or I review just outside content that we're finding that's interesting online. But we're always trying to study. So if that sounds anything at all interesting to you, then please feel free to hop on to one of the streams. And there we go. I think we're back to normal now. All right, guys. Everyone have a great... oh, yeah, there we go. Everyone have a great rest of your weekend, and we'll talk to you guys on Monday.